And once I've got it up, I'm going to take it off. Okay. So we are recording now. Can you still hear me, Chad?
Yes.
Okay. Give everyone 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and start the meeting. and welcome to the Gorman Street Connector Project pre-construction meeting. My name is Tiffany Mazonik. I am with Roadway Design and Construction and I'm the communication analyst for the division. Tonight, I'll be running things behind the scenes. This is a great opportunity. If you have any questions about construction, please go ahead and put that into the chat section that's in the sidebar there, and we'll get to those at the end of the presentation. And right now, I'm happy to introduce Chad Cantrell, who's actually the project manager, and he's going to run you through a presentation this evening. Chad?
Good evening, everybody. Let me get this started. Just confirm that that's running there. All right. Again, welcome to the Gorman Street pre-construction meeting. As Tiffany mentioned, I'm Chad Cantrell, the project manager for the project, and will also be the main point of contact during construction. As the project is utilizing federal funds, we do have a third-party inspection group through Gannett Fleming. Kelly Marshall and his team will be providing those inspections. And our contractor for this project is Fred Smith. And Cameron Nell is the contractor's project manager for this one. Project background and project purpose. The project is along Gorman Street. It's about a third of a mile long. It extends from Sullivan/Ligon Drive on the south end up to Hillsborough Street on the north end. One of the two main purposes of the project is to connect the Rocky Branch Trail to the Reedy Creek Trail there on Meredith College. And second goal, obviously a big goal as well, is to improve pedestrian and bicycle safety over the railroad bridge. As it stands now, it's very wide travel lanes over the bridge with nothing really to confine the cars or show them where to go, and work with the bicycle traffic that also wants to use the bridge. Just quick background on the project. The project was started in 2017 with council presentation and approval in 2018. As you can see, there was a little bit of a lag there with NCDOT authorization in January of this year due to financial impacts in 2019 and the COVID pandemic in 20. It did put a little bit of a delay on this project, but as soon as we got that authorization, we bid the project out here in February and awarded it in April, and anticipate to start later this summer. Just a brief overview of the project. If you've traveled along Gorman Street, as I said before, it gets pretty wide for the travel lanes over the bridge. Right now, there's about 18 feet in width for each of those travel lanes, and a typical lane is 11 to 12 feet. So part of this project is a bit of a road diet over the bridge. We'll be maintaining the lane widths at either end of the project where we intersect with Sullivan Drive and Hillsborough Street. But as we get over to the bridge, those travel lanes will be reduced from 18 feet to 11 feet. And then that will give us the space to have a separated bikeway that's protected either by a concrete median or what we call buffered bike lane with pavement markings and raised plastic delineators. Those will be on the bridge deck themselves. And then at either end of the project, those bike lanes will transition back into the 10-foot multi-use path on the west side. We also do have some signal improvements down at Ligon Drive, but majority of the work will be on the bike and multi-use path. What to expect during construction. This is a pretty small project. We're anticipating 4 months for construction. What you'll see at first is the contractor will begin installing silk fence and tree protection fence along the right-of-way. No road closures are expected with this one. The majority of the properties on the west side are either city-owned or railroad property, with one business at the northwest corner there, or the southwest corner of Hillsborough Street and Gorman Street. We will maintain one lane of travel in each direction over the bridge for vehicles. There may be flagging operations during the day, but we do not allow lane closures or lane restrictions between 6 to 9 in the morning and 4 to 7 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. Pedestrian and bike detour during construction. As there are sidewalks on both sides of Gorman Street, pedestrians will have signage out for detour signage for pedestrians, depending on which side the contractor is working on, to direct them to the opposite side safely around the construction zone. So there will always be pedestrian access along Gorman. Bikes can merge with vehicular traffic over the bridge. However, for those that prefer it, about a quarter mile or less to the west is Royal Street, which crosses the railroad tracks, and a small detour for cyclists if they prefer a little more of a residential street, safer crossing there. Monthly project updates will be available at the city's website. And if you go to raleighnc.gov/projects and put Gorman Street in the search field, you should pull this up and we'll have everything up to date. And then we also have a subscription service for monthly updates that will also include any construction updates as we're going along. Construction schedule. Again, we are here now at the pre-construction meeting on June 14th. Anticipate starting construction here early July and then be complete in October. And I'm happy to answer any questions. As I said, this was a pretty straightforward and pretty small project with fairly limited impacts. And I believe I will turn it over to the moderator for any questions that we may have received by email or in the chat.
Chad, we do have one question that came from Kevin. He commutes to work about 3 days a week using the Gorman Street connection between Hillsborough Street and Sullivan Drive. And he's looking forward to the completion of the project, and he has a question regarding how bike traffic can safely make a left-hand turns from Gorman southbound onto Sullivan eastbound into NCSU.
Sure. So at that point, you would be transitioned into the multi-use path there at Gorman and Sullivan. So you would follow the crosswalk. Sorry, for like there. With the pedestrian signal there to make the left turn back towards campus. I can pull up a visual if that helps.
Hey, Chad, we had a couple of other questions come in prior to the presentation. I think the presentation took care of a couple of them, but figured I would go ahead and ask them anyway. Will the road be repaved as part of this project?
No, it's mostly pavement marking within the roadway in addition to the concrete median for the separated bikeway. So no repaving.
Okay. You covered this, but maybe reiteration on, will the sidewalks be closed during construction?
So we do have sidewalks on both sides. So depending on what side the contractor will be working on, one sidewalk will be closed, but we'll have appropriate detour signage to the other sidewalk.
All right. Will there be ample space to bike along the corridor while it's under construction?
Yes, for those that are used to biking in traffic, it won't be any narrower than our typical city street. But for those that, again, that don't have that comfort level, if they go about I believe, less than a quarter mile to the west through the neighborhood there, they can cross the railroad tracks on Royal Street and get back over to Hillsborough.
All right. And then last one is, how long is construction expected to take?
This one, again, is pretty short schedule, about 4 months.
All right. That's all the questions I'm seeing.
Well, not sure if there are any more questions coming in here.
I haven't seen any other questions at this point. We had one other comment. Dave Connolly said a great project upgrading Gorman Street will close one of 2 remaining gaps in the East Coast Greenway Triangle routing. So he's very excited about the project.
Yeah, for such a small project, it does seem to provide a pretty large impact to making that connection between the 2 trail systems. So,
I guess we can hold on for a few more minutes to see if anyone else has any questions, and then we can probably pretty much so wrap up this presentation this evening. When do you expect, do we have a start date, Chad?
yeah, it'll be here at the first week of July, just right after the holiday.
Great. Well, if we don't see any other questions this evening, thank you very much for coming and learning about the Greenway Connector, or the Gorman Street Connector project, and look forward to having the project completed, wrapping up by the mid-fall, right, Chad?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to get this one going, and look forward to getting out there. So,
all right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to keep writing them in the chat. We will keep collecting them, and any kind of questions we will address, either email you back an answer, or we will address them on the website. Thanks again. Have a great night, everyone.
thanks.